Good evening, everyone. Now, I'm the kind of person, and I know it's kind of hard to believe, but when I was a kid, I used to be the kind of person that would sit in the background, nobody would know I was there, and I was the one reading the books all the time while everybody else conversed. Of course, a lot has changed since high school. A lot has changed since high school. Now I'm the kind of person that will boldly walk into a room, whether I've been invited to a party or not, and I'll be there anyway. And after a while, I end up sometimes being the center of attention. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. When you're a speed reader and a memory expert, and you know as much as I do, it's not hard to suddenly become the center of attention. Not that I really that much try anymore, but I just manage to succeed anyway. And it seems the more I learn, the more I end up being the center of attention. So, maybe this will seem like I'm kind of crashing a party, but you know, one of the things that I don't want to do anymore, especially since when I was a kid, like I said, I was kind of the person that just disappeared in the background. Let me tell you something. The people that disappear in the background, they eventually disappear, period. And they're nothing. They become nothing. Don't ever be like that. Don't you, even if sometimes you have to crash a party, don't ever be the nothing and the nobody, because you won't get anything in the end. It's true. You will end up with nothing. And if anybody doesn't believe me, trust me, I have had some friends that literally disappeared off the face of the earth. And unless I remember them, they're just gone. And what a waste. I didn't build up a YouTube channel for the last 2.5 years to suddenly disappear in the background. That'll never happen. No. Too many people know I exist, and too many people know what I am for that to happen. So, it may seem like I'm crashing this party, but by gollies, you did this 25 question tag. The person's doing this as Cats Will Rule. Since you're doing this tag, I'm going to do it along with you. I got all your questions written down just like this, so I'm going to answer them. I know you're sitting there going, wow, this guy is going to be bold enough to answer these. You betcha. Alright, do I own a pet? Yes, I do. I have a cat, and believe me, this is a female cat with a lot of catitude. Her name is Bootsy, and she rules the house, and I just happen to stay here from time to time. So if there was anybody with more personality in this house than myself, it is my cat. Believe me, she owns everything. Alright, name 3 things that are physically close to you. Well, anybody who's ever watched my channel will know the books are always close to me. I've got hundreds of books. My computer is right underneath me, and I have a lamp that's just pretty much right above me. Okay, what's the weather like right now, right outside? Well, the sun is going down. It is still very, very warm, even though the heat wave has kind of broke a little bit. It's still very, very warm, and it's very, very dry right now. There was a lot of flooding between May and June. After that, we ended up with a whole bunch of heat, and it's been hot and dry. Do you drive, and have you ever crashed? Well, the answer to the first one is yes, I do drive. I've been driving for the last 15, 20 years, give or take. There's been a couple of wrecks I've been in. It should have been obvious to you if you've watched my YouTube channel. I do have video of what happened to my 1999 Chevy Malibu when a guy decided not to stop for a stoplight and smashed into my car instead. Back in '96, I also had a wreck where a couple of college kids pulled out from a stop sign. They didn't even bother to stop for it, and they stopped for my car instead. So, yeah, I've been in a couple wrecks. But I came out with virtually without a scratch, so there you go. I also will tell you I had another incident. I was in Shelbyville, Illinois at one time, and I had just gotten in my car. I hadn't even started the car yet, and somebody smashed in the back end of my car. So, yeah. Alright, what time did I wake up this morning? It was at 7 o'clock. I also took a shower right about that time. So, yes, I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, and like you said here, when was the last time you showered? Well, that was at 7 o'clock this morning. What was the last movie I saw? It was on cable. I watched The Shawshank Redemption. Very good movie. Not my usual type of movie. I'm usually into sci-fi or comedies. I'm really not into stuff like that, but it was okay. What was the last text on my What was the last text message on my phone? Well, what did it say? Well, unless I'm traveling, I don't have my cell phone on, so it said nothing. Okay, what is my ringtone? I don't know. Honestly, I probably should find out, but I don't know. Basically, I would like to have, I know some people from the National Weather Service, one of them has a ringtone of a tornado siren. I think that would be cool, but I don't know. Anyway, have I traveled to another country? No. Do I like sushi? No. As a matter of fact, I've never even been out of the Midwest. I have been to Iowa and to Missouri, and even to Indiana. I have actually been to Indiana, so, but no. I have never been out of the country, and no, I don't like sushi. Where did you buy your last groceries? Well, at the grocery store. Okay, have you ever taken medications to fall asleep faster? No, a good exercise routine will take care of that real quick. Alright, how many siblings do I have? 2. Do I own a desktop or a laptop? Well, I own a desktop. Anybody that's watched my videos will know that I videotaped the entire construction of 2 desktops, one of which I gave to a friend of mine, the other one I have right here, right now. How old will it be on my next birthday? 42. Do you wear contacts or glasses? Anybody that's watched my videos for the last 2.5 years know I wear glasses. I have reasons for this, but I'm not going to discuss them here. Do I color my hair? Well, no, I have to say that my hair is still pretty much sandy brown. Some people say there's a couple of gray hairs here and there. If there is, so be it. But most of my hair is pretty much sandy brown. What am I going to do today? Well, the day is pretty much over. I went to work today. As anybody knows, I work in retail, so I work today, and afterwards I produced some videos, which I'm producing one now. When was the last time I cried? Well, it was probably back when I was a kid. I had some sad experiences when I was a kid, and that's when I cried. Haven't done a whole lot of that in my adult life, so... what is my favorite pizza topping? I like supreme pizzas, but I will take an all meat. I am a regular carnivore. Shoot me if you like, but I am a carnivore. I come from a long line of people that hunted and fished, so meat is, yeah. Anyway, which do you prefer, hamburger or cheeseburger? Oh, well, cheeseburger's pretty much for taste. You get more taste from a cheeseburger. Have you had an all-nighter? No. My eye color is hazel. And can I taste the difference between Coke and Pepsi? You betcha. And I'll tell you a story about that. When I was a kid, my older brother used to take me to Godfather's Pizza, and we would go there, we'd get the Supreme Pizza, and, you know, we're talking big Supreme Pizza. And we get this great big pitcher of Coca-Cola, which now is called Coca-Cola Classic. And we would also have a $10 roll of quarters. And there were video games there, and we'd play the video games until the quarters were gone. And that's what we did when we were kids. Probably wasn't the best thing to do, considering the fact that I was slammed down about 5 or 6 slices of pizza, a big old pitcher of Coke, and yeah, caused a lot of health problems later on. Not a good idea. Of course, that wasn't the only thing I did. No. Let me tell you something. If you're in the habit of eating entire bags of Reese's peanut butter cups, if you're in the habit of swallowing an entire can of Reese's if you're in the habit of swallowing an entire can of Pringles potato chips in one sitting, if you go out to the restaurants 4 or 5 times a week, you're going to have health problems. It's just going to come. And I did that to myself. You know, I didn't consume alcohol, I didn't consume nicotine, I didn't consume any kind of intoxicating substance, but yeah, I had my fair share of potatoes, chocolate, things that probably I should never have consumed in such large quantities. And, well, it caused some problems later on. I regret doing a lot of that. But what's done is done, and fortunately the health problems weren't major. It's just, you know, if I hadn't stopped, it would have been. So, you know, you get older and boy, you'll pay for it. Anyway, there's your 25 answers to your 25 questions. Probably somebody else will probably end up tagging me after this. Go ahead, sure, I'll answer questions. Sometimes I'll be a little evasive when it comes to questions because sometimes they're just a little personal and I don't want to answer them. But I'll answer whatever I can. Anyway, this is kind of the last video for tonight. There'll be more videos later on in the week. I will tell you more in future videos, so stay tuned.